Hello, and welcome to Mimi's Sketchbook. Today, my illustration was inspired by Paul David Tripp's book, New Morning Mercies, and I am reading the devotion for October 2nd. Fall is officially here, and a couple of nights last week, the temperature dropped below freezing. And I know I wasn't the only one who was scrambling around trying to get all my tender houseplants that have been summering outside into a safe, protected place where they wouldn't get damaged by the frost. Houseplants love going outside in the summer. They thrive in the fresh air and sunshine and actual rain. And you can tell how happy they've been because they often double their size in just a few months. And even though the temperature bounced back and was nice and warm for another week or so, it is time to get my houseplants that I had put outside in the spring ready to come back indoors. My houseplants have been outside for the past 4 months, and during that time they most likely have become a home to some critters. There is a long list of hard-shelled and soft-shelled insects that may have taken up residence on the leaves or in the soil of my plants. And you might recognize some of these. How about spider mites, mealyworms, scale, fungus gnats, ants, hill bugs, centipedes? They all could be living on my plants right now. Even though I inspected the plants and didn't see any bugs, it would be foolish of me to assume there weren't any bugs because I didn't find them on a visual inspection, because sometimes they start out microscopic, or they're camouflaged on the bark and the leaves. It wasn't too many years ago that I had an infestation of fungus gnats in my plants. I must have brought it in with a plant I had left outside over the summer, and that one gnat, or how many gnats there were, they multiplied like crazy and spread to every plant in my house. And as hard as I tried to get rid of them, I couldn't do it. And that was with all of the information that I saw on the internet. I still couldn't find one treatment that could get rid of those fungus gnats. And I ended up having to throw out every single plant in my house. So I have learned that I must not underestimate the damage that those insects can do. To prepare my plants to come indoors, I start off by cutting away any dead or damaged or yellowed leaves, and then I inspect the ones that are left for any evidence of bugs. After that, I would remove any debris or leaves or even loose soil from the top of the plant. Turn the plant upside down and kind of give it a little bump to knock the whole plant right out of the pot, so I can look and see if anything is living in there among the roots. At this point, some plant owners get out a hose and they actually spray all the dirt off of the roots of the plant and spray it really good and then repot it in fresh potting soil. They don't want any outside soil brought into the house. If I saw a big infestation of bugs, I would do that. But I would also do this next step, and that would be to submerge the root ball and all of the leaves into a solution of water and Dawn dishwashing liquid, which works to get rid of the insects just as well as an insecticidal soap will. But you don't want to use more than the recommended amount of 1 to 2 tablespoons of Dawn to a gallon of water, because you could actually end up doing the plant harm by stripping the natural oils from the leaves. I will fill up a 5-gallon bucket with water and Dawn, and I will submerge the plant and all of the leaves in the water for a couple of minutes, making sure everything is absolutely saturated. Take it out, put it into a nice clean pot, wait a day or two, and do it again. If I can't submerge a plant, I will douse it really well with the Dawn and water solution and spray those leaves as best I can multiple times. I've also read that you can use castile soap, neem oil, peroxide, and essential oil solutions to remove the bugs. And the last thing I would do is sprinkle a layer of diatomaceous earth on the surface of the soil to take care of any eggs that might not have been destroyed with the Dawn solution. I know this isn't organic, but when nothing else works, I will grab the Ortho Home Defense bug spray and spray it with that. I'll inspect these plants every time I water them after I bring them inside. And it's also recommended to quarantine these plants for a couple of months from the other house plants that you have. So if they do have bugs, the house plants that didn't go out will be protected. I can tell you from my experience, all these steps are worth the trouble. Today in his devotions, Paul Tripp opens by saying, "You simply must not underestimate sin, and you simply cannot overestimate grace." And he says, blindness to your own sin is a denial of the presence of personal spiritual need. And that's what made me think of these plants that I'm bringing inside. If I brought these plants into my house and ignored the presence of all the bugs existing in them, it would lead to nothing good, with centipedes escaping and running around, and fungus gnats flying all over the place and infecting the other plants, and who knows what else might be hiding in that soil. These insects that we can't see hiding on the underside of the leaves or down in the soil of the plant are actually feeding on it and will eventually destroy it. And those little devious bugs are like the sin in my life. And just like the bugs, I simply must not underestimate the destruction that my sin can cause to myself and everyone around me. But here's the good news. When I have finally reached the point that I have had it, with sin's destructive power causing havoc in my life, God has something even better than Dawn dishwashing liquid to wash away my sin. And that is His amazing grace. And He has an unlimited supply for everyone who seeks it. Because His mercies are new every morning. I hope this message was encouraging for you. I know it was an encouragement for me because I don't like the idea of bugs, aka sin, feasting on me and destroying me. That is something I don't want to turn a blind eye to or underestimate. So, if this was an encouragement for you, you might consider getting Paul David Tripp's book, New Morning Mercies, and following along with me. I'd love to hear if you do. So please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. And in that way, YouTube will help us to spread the good news. And you might try drawing one of your favorite houseplants. They're a great subject because they don't complain and they don't move around. So thanks for joining me today at Mimi's Sketchbook, and God bless.